Imagine your garden suddenly turning pale. What if the green vanished? Nitrogen is the unsung hero behind every lush leaf. Today, we'll dig into how this single nutrient powers everything from photosynthesis to the plant's DNA.
I love that opening image. As a gardener, I've seen firsthand how a nitrogen deficiency can turn vibrant leaves yellow overnight. We're unpacking not just what nitrogen does, but how its cycle in soil can make or break your harvest.
Listeners will walk away understanding why nitrogen matters, how plants actually get it, and what happens when it's in short supply. We'll break down the cycle, effects of deficiency, and practical ways to boost nitrogen naturally.
Stick around. We'll cover nitrogen's role in chlorophyll, the soil's living pantry, and smart gardening tips to keep your plants thriving all season.
That first burst of green you see each spring? Nitrogen is the main ingredient in chlorophyll, the molecule that lets plants capture sunlight and turn it into energy.
It's amazing how something invisible creates such a vivid impact. Without enough nitrogen, chlorophyll production drops and leaves lose their color, photosynthesis slows down, and plants can't grow as vigorously.
So, nitrogen is more than just a nutrient. It's the engine driving the plant's energy system. That's why a garden low in nitrogen often looks tired and washed out, even before growth slows.
Beyond appearance, the whole metabolism of the plant suffers. That's a good reminder if you see yellowing. It's not just cosmetic. It's a signal that the plant's energy factory is faltering.
Funny you say energy factory nitrogen also helps build that factory, since it's a core part of amino acids. Amino acids form proteins, which are the tools and structures plants rely on.
That's right, and those proteins aren't just for strength. Enzymes are proteins too, and they're crucial for metabolic reactions. So nitrogen helps plants process nutrients, grow new tissues, and even defend themselves.
If you've ever wondered why some plants seem stunted or weak, it's likely because they haven't got the nitrogen needed to make these essential proteins.
This also explains why nitrogen-starved plants often look fragile, have thin stems, and struggle to bounce back after stress. It's a structural issue, not just a color change.
That actually reminds me, nitrogen isn't just about structure and energy. It's also a main component of DNA and RNA. These molecules hold the genetic instructions for every plant process.
What's wild is that without enough nitrogen, a plant can't properly replicate its cells. New growth slows, and the plant sends what little nitrogen it has to its youngest leaves, leaving older foliage yellow and depleted.
This redistribution is called chlorosis, right? It's a survival move, but it shows how deeply nitrogen is tied to growth and development.
Exactly. By understanding this, gardeners can catch a deficiency early and support healthy growth before plants get too stressed.
Let's pivot to how plants actually get nitrogen. Most people don't realize that even though the air is loaded with nitrogen, plants can't use it directly.
That's because atmospheric nitrogen is locked up as N2, and plants need soil microbes to convert it to forms like ammonium and nitrate, a process called nitrogen fixation.
The soil becomes a living pantry, thanks to these microbes. But nitrogen is highly soluble, so heavy rain or irrigation can wash it away, leaving plants hungry again.
That's why gardeners use compost or grow cover crops like clover. They help retain nitrogen and keep the soil fertile season after season.
After all that science, what's the best way to keep nitrogen levels steady? Organic compost is one answer. It releases nitrogen slowly, feeding plants without overwhelming them.
Cover crops are another great strategy. Clover, for example, fixes nitrogen and adds it back to the soil. Plus, rotating crops prevents depletion and keeps the soil ecosystem thriving.
If you notice yellowing, try a soil test before adding fertilizer. It helps you target the right nutrient and avoid overdoing it.
And remember, balancing irrigation is crucial. Too much water can wash nitrogen away, so aim for consistent moisture without flooding your beds.
Let's wrap up with some key takeaways. First, nitrogen powers photosynthesis and lush green growth. Second, it's vital for protein and enzyme creation. Third, it forms the backbone of DNA, driving healthy plant development.
Don't overlook the importance of soil microbes and the nitrogen cycle. Without them, plants can't access what they need. And keep an eye out for signs like chlorosis, which can show early nitrogen issues.
Your action step. Test your soil's nitrogen level and consider adding organic compost or planting cover crops next season to support your garden's vitality.
Thanks for tuning in. With a little attention to nitrogen, your plants will thrive and your garden will stay vibrant all year round.